Welcome back into Timelocke, guys. Today we're going to head over to the color garden as we add somebody new. Today we're adding Gilbo Scribbo. So I made a short about the garden, and we got some people who thought it was really cool, so I'm going to be picking some of their names over that next couple episodes to join it. So thank you for picking, and you chose orange. You get to join we in this one. So, and if you are interested, just leave a comment in a color and we will add you as the garden continues to grow. I also moved this guy over here so we figure out if he has a color or not. If not, I'll end up picking a color or something for him, but we'll see. But today, we got some fun stuff planned. It's going to be a little bit away from here, take a little break, and it's going to be with this railing. So, off camera, I went and did a little bit of mining. I always open that chest. I went out and found lapis. This is a brand new ore. This is difficult to find. I also made some dyes. I have some wools. I'm starting to collect some stuff because these are a pain to collect, and I'm trying to get some now. We also need to go out and find some more ink sac. So that's going to be an adventure for another time. But as you see, we got a good amount of iron. So what I'm wanting to do with all of that today is, let's head down here and take a little walk over to the train station, which we haven't really done a walk over here in a while. It's been a hot minute since, we've worked over on this area. Obviously, we came over here and we were working on the dam a little bit, which if you didn't see, that was an episode or so ago, as down there's water started. Today's stuff is not with the dam or with the torches being fixed. It's going to be with this area over here. The actual track, which is if we go in here and look, we should have some track. All of our track should be in here. Okay, we got 42 track. Cool. And we got a little bit of stuff placed here. But this track goes this way. This connects to the repair outlet, and it goes down. So this area, first off, needs fixed. So I'll need to do this. But today I want to figure out this. So I'm wanting to take the railway off to a new place. So I kind of want to lay some cobble and just see where this can go. Because originally I was thinking of having it go, take a right and go that way. Mostly because I didn't know where this was going to be, and I may end up even taking this underground. But, so I'll stop here for now. I want to just walk off and see where this leads. So we need to stay on this block here. Because we've done a little bit of this and looked over, but I'm ready to start working on a new area and stuff so we can have more projects to do than just this every time. Because as you see, there is tons of land out this way, which could definitely use something. And we're definitely already slightly off from what we wanted, but oh well, it's not that big of a deal. But when we head this way, oh, there's a creeper there, so let's try to stay a little cautious. There's this land over here. This is a cool little area with the weird stone generation and stuff like that. This could possibly be a good area. It's about midday, so we still got a bit of time. But yeah, if we wanted a new area over here, seems like it'd be a good one because I know we have this floating island over here. Because I remember originally when we were doing our exploring. Yeah, because right here is a chunk. It's actually, this chunk's actually very modest. It's a very unnoticeable, and we can actually go over and thin this out, which is kind of a nice thing to do. Obviously not all of it right here, and you get to where the floating island is. For some reason, it looks like the island kind of worked over the chunk spot, which is weird. But over here, I think could be a good area for stuff. Obviously, this huge chunk border error type of thing is not what we want. and we'll need to figure out a little bit more of. But well, besides that, gosh, this will be a lot of mining. We probably will end up flattening this in the future, which just sounds like a crazy tall task, which has very little benefit. But yeah, one thing, a big thing I really want to do is I want to scope out this area and figure out where we're gonna put our station, because I do want the station to go multiple ways, and I do feel like over here might be a little too far out from where I was fully wanting to go. But over here is actually a pretty good spot, and it can lead to a little bit more this way. I'll probably end up making a short on what we should do in this area, get some ideas. Oh, there we go. So here's some sheep. Did I have any dye? No. I guess nothing in the moment really needs any dye, but I'm still gonna take the wool because this is just a good material to have. Ooh, and there's some bones. I'll take this. The only thing I worry about this area is just how close we are to the base, and I just don't know what we're gonna get. So this area is up there where to go, but I feel like next I kind of want to walk the other way, so I'm gonna have to probably do that after night. And we got some bones, which means we can now actually make a bone meal, which is used to make some other wools, and then also bone meal I think makes the dyes the white normal wool color. So that's kind of a nice thing to have, and it's cool seeing the base a little bit from the other side, because we don't really see it from this way. This is always the darkness that we look out at and see all the mobs everywhere. But yeah, we're gonna slowly fill all this land. All the land will have a use and a purpose. Just gotta figure out what that use and purpose is gonna be. Oh, and we got some more sheeps, which I won't say no to. So 6 sheeps gave us 15 wool. That's pretty darn good, honestly. And we have not been this way since we updated to Alpha 1.2. Because I remember we took this route when I went to go look for pumpkins, right when the pumpkins were added. But I didn't end up actually exploring too far. So that was originally what the plan was for um, where to do it. And so another idea I actually was recently having is, what if we had an underground train section here that linked up to this mall area, or basically on this the end facing this way. Based on what else we put, you can take a track into the central section. So I was thinking of doing that, like having a giant area under here for the train station, which I thought was really cool. And then that can lead to the stuff that comes above ground back up here. And then also leads that way. Another idea is it could just go into this mountain or something right here. But those are a couple things I have thinking on that. So I do really I want it to link up underground. I think that would just be a neat, cool idea for everything. But the big thing is we got to figure out where we want to put the museum. It needs to be far enough away that we relatively won't worry about expanding into it, which we realistically shouldn't at all. I only worry about the render distance from this way, because I don't know what's going to happen this way. That way, I've really done much. We haven't really walked that way, besides when we got lost and I had to take the huge route around. But now that it's night, actually, let me go drop off some of this wool off and stuff. I'll keep the iron on me because we will be using that. Yeah, we now got 2 stacks of white wool. That's pretty good, honestly. Oh, and our bones, so we can actually start making some other wool dye. So now every people, if they want to ask for like light blue or lime, I'm trying to think of what colors they could do. But we got a little bit of progress down here. I want to show you that something I was working on. Right here, I actually started a room because I went mining and I actually needed some space. So this is going to be the furnace room. So this is the first actual space in this underground part. The tough thing is here is this gray I need. This, I think it's light gray is the exact color. Light gray wool, yeah. And that bone meal we got is actually going to help for this room because we do need a decent amount in here. I'm probably going to have to use all 3 of the bones that we just found for it. Because we don't have a good way of getting drops from mobs. We don't have like a dedicated place to kill them. We got the this spawner down here, but its problem is that it's zombie, not skeleton, I believe. Oh, it is skeleton. Hold up. Oh, hold up a second. That might just fix all. I thought this was a. Man, I thought this was a zombie spawner. Why did I think that? Yeah. Man, that kind of changes a lot. And then what's this one? They're both skeletons. Oh my, wait a second. I swear they were zombie spawners. Did they change? I cannot tell you guys what episode that happened in. If anybody wants to go back and look, I swear they were spawning zombies out of them, not skeletons. But if that's true, then man, we're gonna need to expand down here ASAP so that we can get bones because we don't have a lot of bones, and that's the only way to get dyes and stuff. Well, I don't feel too bad about using those bones now. But yeah, so this is the section we're going to be working on. We'll have to figure out. I'll have to go out and look for squids because they're the ones that drop the ink sacs, and then getting more bones. But I haven't actually made any bone meal yet. I don't know if the recipe is just straight up ink sac and bone meal, or if it's more needed because there's gray and light gray. Do you have to put 2? Oh, okay. Okay, so that's how we get light gray wool, is that way. So then if we use 2 ink sacs on top of this, that's 9 of these. So if we just slowly, as we keep finding sheep, just do that, then we should be good to hopefully get that room done. I doubt there's going to be any sheep just wandered around. It's mostly cows that we end up finding in this area that like hanging out and stuff. And obviously this cow likes hanging out with Rio Ripto here. So yeah. So I guess as we were waiting on night kind of this time, I think about like what the plan would be from here because realistically, I think it would be cool for the train station to have like a little spot that leads through here. But the gaping issue we have at the moment is the fact that we don't know what's going to go next to here. This could just be a wall that ends up being nothing. Or it could be other stuff, it just really depends. But I wonder if we plan for the fact that there might be nothing and make what's the word? A staircase going downwards, and then that's what meets with the underground section over there. Because let's see, what's this wall? So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I would much rather a triple wide. Dang, I got happy there. I saw 17. Just went there. So realistically, if we go in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this is the middle. This is the center. So yep. So this is the center. So realistically, if we were gonna do anything, it would be this. I'm not worried about that taking space up, only for the fact that this wouldn't just be a flat wall. It would at least be more than that. So I can do this for the time being. This is mostly just here so the mobs don't get in, just because how close we are now to the zombie spawning range. So that then means if we had this, this could be open. It could just lead down as a staircase. Obviously, we would have like a couple blocks before it dropped. That sucks though, because I would also want to like pretty up the terrain. Because if I or I guess the area around it. So if that means if I did that, then that means I would fully be locking down the fact that I can't put a room over here. Which honestly I think could be fine, because imagine like this could be like a mini train station waiting area. And then I mean it would make sense to have shops and stuff over like around here, like a smelting place. So what I could do is make this area wider and then have like benches right here for it. So it'd be stuff like this on both sides, and then have this expanded out a little bit. On, I would say go one more out on both sides to then give a bigger area like this, which could then work. So yeah, the room could be wider, but we can worry about that later. I want to walk that way and figure out where we're going to want to put the museum at before this episode ends. So then we can actually start some training and some railroading and kind of stuff like that. I didn't mean to walk all the way up here. That one's on me a little bit. So let's walk back over to the station. I feel like we just did this not too long ago. Let me get our sword ready. Should probably craft a piece of bread. What I've started to do is start leaving wheat in my inventory like this, because bread's stupid and it is, or at least I should say food is, where you can't have more than one in one spot. So it's like it's not worth it to keep food single stacked when I could just have like a stack of wheat there and then just like craft a bread as I need it, or make a couple pieces at a time. But let's stay a bit alert here, and then if we run into any creepers, we take them out. Okay. So let's imagine the railroad would be a little farther over. Ooh, bones. Nice. Awesome. Two of them? Honestly, I'll take everything we can at this point. Plus, I don't have to worry about being hostile towards any of them. I can just let them burn and die on their own. But, I mean, look at this. This is like the perfect gap for it if it was going to be above ground. And then we'll just see. Oh, wait. The thing is, I didn't walk far this way, so the chunks for new The spot for new chunks is very quick. Like, this is a nice flat area. It's not like flat enough. The thing is, there's so much hilly terrain and stuff that I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time working on at least something. Like, this has like a desert color to it. I mean, maybe because there's literally a desert right there. But let's see. One thing I also could do is, yeah. So this is the original spawn chunk that we found when I first did the exploring. Like, this is pretty darn noticeable. But like, what's stopping me from just taking dirt and flattening over and then also building that terrain down would be an insane terraforming project. But it's doable. Like, I really should not think about it because that's just kind of an insane project to even try to tackle. Oh, and there's some sheepies over here, so we can collect a little bit of this gray wool. Oh my, there's like 6 of them. Almost gonna use all this wool up or all this dye up. Oh my, wait, what in the world? There's 7 of them? Let's let's start here. 1. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Oh, there we go. 4. Yeah, no, I immediately got sidetracked because I do want to finish that room because it looks so ugly, being the way it is. You also need to look for some squids. 1. Okay, out of 9, we got 12. So it's more than just if we were to craft it on our own. So can't be too mad about it. But yeah, no, this is kind of just a nothing burger. So that's where the lava spawns in for everything else. But we could seriously just flatten this land and use this. And I have nothing wrong with it going up to like higher up spots where that is. But like, it's just the thing is you want tons of flat land, and I think this would be a good spot for it. So I'm open to it, to this being the area that we put the museum and stuff. Yeah, I want to put it over here. Let's see, how far are we? Probably 700 blocks away ish. Which that'll be a lot of rails, but it'll just make travel over here so much quicker. Plus, we don't have to worry about getting killed by mobs and stuff, which will be a nice thing. But I think what we did today was successful, and this is going to be the play because realistically, it'll probably be level with here, with this right here, or even the land here, maybe a couple higher. So that means that some of this terrain can just keep going, and I'm gonna have to like fix some of the things here. Oh, it actually doesn't chunk there. I thought it almost looked like it chunked here and it chunked there because that was lower, but no. But yeah, okay. We can we can deal with this. Oh, and there's the last couple sheep that we need too, so we can go back and see how much progress we can get on the furnace room before we jump into the next one. So it's about time that we start the train station saga, or I guess the second saga of it, where it's time to invest heavy into our infrastructure so we can have another place and area. Yeah, so the literally the only question mark I have, which I want to hear what you guys think, is should I put the train station above ground or underground? Realistically, that's the only thing I'm not sure about. Because obviously, if we're gonna go this way, I'm fine with being underground, and I'm okay with it being underground for a tiny bit and then popping out. Because for it to show off like the land, and so that I can build stuff along it or around it, so it can feel a little bit more. But it could all these could lead to a central underground area here, and then from there, you get shipped off that way, and then it can lead to another mini station that shifts you off again, so that you can stop at little places, and then we can have little areas to recover. So let's say you're from any area, and you need to like get food, get armor, tools. I don't know what the exact thing will be, but you have the option to get that stuff. But anyway, we turned that 9 into 17, so we just about doubled it from this. I want to start with this back wall, and then I'll probably be all we can get out of it is going to be just be the back, which will still be better than what it was, and block that. Okay, so perfect. And then I'm just gonna mirror these on the bottom part, so then we can get rid of that. I have to leave it for now until we get the rest, but we luckily don't need a crazy amount. Put that torch back. But yeah, I think that's really good progress, at least on this room. This room's about done now. All that's gonna be left is the area that loops over, because realistically, I think we'll have 2 blocks inwards both ways, so that the room's not just giant and massive. It'll have the room will be from here to probably here. Great. Well, thank you guys for joining us on this bit of a longer episode. We got some good planning and we got to walk some areas to see what stuff looks like. So I guess we'll start working on this one next time. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.